Okay. It's still positive, huh?
Okey, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Apa khabar semua? Kita akan mulakan sekarang perbincangan kita di Facebook Cara Betul. Cakap macam DJ, Razak apa khabar?
Macam jadi DJ malah.
Aduh, mana datanglah mood ni. Ni sebab sembang lama tadi.
Okay.
Siap Razak. Aduh. Okay, anyway, thank you bagi yang menonton. Kita lama pula kita jumpa sebenarnya, padahal baru 2 minggu lepas. Malam ni Alhamdulillah kita dah masuk ke episod yang ke-13 dalam siri Cara Betul FB Live, Say It As It Is. So topik kita malam ni interesting sebab kita memulakan satu siri perbincangan yang baru yang berkaitan dengan perkara-perkara kritikal dalam memulakan bisnes dengan cara yang betul. Okay, sekejap lagi saya akan terangkan apa topik kita malam ni. Tapi seperti biasa, kita nak ingatkan kepada para pendengar dan our friends on Facebook and other social media, program kita di Cara Betul membincangkan topik yang berkisar dengan fasa penerokaan bisnes baru. Okay, bukanlah topik-topik yang berkisar tentang pengurusan dan operasi bisnes. Okay, dengan memastikan fasa penerokaan ini dilalui dengan cara yang betul, insya-Allah kita akan dapat mengurangkan risiko kegagalan dan juga meningkatkan kebarangkalian untuk berjaya, insya-Allah. So malam ni kita akan bincangkan bersama Pak Razak, apakah umur yang terbaik untuk memulakan bisnes? Apakah umur yang sesuai untuk memulakan bisnes? Apakah umur yang terlalu muda? Apakah umur yang terlalu tua? Apakah umur yang just nice untuk kita mulakan bisnes? Sekejap lagi kita dengar pendapat daripada Pak Razak ya. Dan kita harapkan perbincangan kita pada malam ini dapat menjadi pedoman bagi mereka yang ingin memulakan perniagaan. Mungkin anda akan dapat pandangan-pandangan yang baru pada malam ini. So kita dengar dengan minda terbuka, insyaAllah. Sebelum kita teruskan bersama Pak Razak, kami nak sampaikan bahawa rakaman-rakaman episod yang sebelum-sebelum ini daripada episod 12 sampai episod yang pertama boleh ditonton di Facebook ataupun di website kami di carabetul.com, www.carabetul.com. Dan kita sangat mengalu-alukan komen-komen dan soalan-soalan dari anda yang mendengar secara live malam ini. Kita ingin berinteraksi bersama anda. Barulah program ni ada nilainya sebagai sebuah program yang live. Okay, anda juga boleh email soalan dan komen kepada alamat email yang berikut, iaitu info@carabetul.com. info@carabetul.com. Okey. So, tidak perlu Pak Razak, kita dah ada rakan kita yang menonton. Rakan saya sebenarnya Syukri Ismail. Nama Facebook dia Syuk Liza. dari UKM. Terima kasih kerana bersama-sama kita, Syuk. Tolong berinteraksi dengan kami malam ni, komen dan tanya soalan. Pak Razak, kita teruskan tentang topik kita malam ni. Apakah umur yang terbaik untuk memulakan bisnes? Terus Pak Razak, ada jawapan ke?
Okay, terima kasih Zulfa.
Okay.
Let me go straight to the point lah.
Okay.
I started my business, became full-time entrepreneur at the age of 50.
Right.
So that was about 22 years ago lah. So in the last 22 years, tua dah ni. I've experienced all the issues, the pros and the cons, baik buruk of starting a business at 50.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I also gain insights and benefited from the many interaction that I have with others, orang lain yang memulakan bisnes dia in their 60s. I know one guy who started his business at the age of 64. First time.
Bisnes apa itu Pak Razak? Kalau umur macam tu biasa, dia bisnes apa tu Pak Razak?
Dia buat publications.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then there's people who are in the 40s, in their 30s, and also in their 20s. The youngest I know is a 4-year-old lah. Dia buka dia punya, dia jual juice in front of the house.
Okay.
Every weekend. Itu my cucu lah tu kerja dia. Dia jual fresh orange.
Fresh orange?
Every weekend. Tapi sekarang dia tak boleh berniaga pakai air hujan. So he's very unhappy lah.
I see.
Now, in doing this, trying to understand what is the right age to start a business, I also spend some time doing research.
Okay.
I did review mostly US publications on the subject matter.
Alright.
I have not been successful so far. Looking for local published materials on relating to what is the right age to start a business.
So kena refer paper by the Americans, is it?
Mostly articles, paper, and couple of books published in the US lah. So what have I learned? What is the right age to start a business? Now, I'm going to go straight to the point. Maybe some people may find it a bit provocative lah.
Okay.
Now, based on my experience, my observation, and the little research that I've done, I personally think, this is a personal opinion, the ideal age, the word is ideal, to start a new business is 40 and above.
Atas sebab apa Pak Razak agaknya?
I will explain.
Okay.
Remember the saying, life begins at 40? Maybe that's the reason. Now, I will explain the reasons why I choose, why I think the best ideal age to start business at 40. But this is not conclusive. This is based on what I observe. Now, 40 is not a final number. It's not absolute. Just like anything, it is a spectrum. So I put 40 as the median. Median. There are some unique circumstances that can explain some exceptions. People who have been successful at the age of 20. I hope my friend be successful at the age of 64, that kind of thing. But let me explain by first trying to examine what I think are some of the characteristics of a good founder.
Okay.
If you want to be effective or a good business, starting a new business, these are some of the ideal characteristics. Okay. That individual or that person must be mature, ambitious, entrepreneurial, and driven. Now, when you are mature, I hope you are patient. You can be ambitious, but you are patient. And something that I've noticed, good founders are very empathic. They sympathize with people punya issues . And normally I notice the good founders, they also have some work experience behind them.
Okay.
That means they have
Pekerjaan
some,
orang.
and then they also have networks.
Hmm.
They have good networking skills, and generally, they are financially stable, and then they have some funds that they can invest in, some excess funds. They are innovative, they are willing learner, but they also can tolerate risk. At 40, they are still energetic. Still, I hope, hardworking and industrious. The main thing that I've noticed, those at the age of 40, founders, they have clear life goals. They know what they want in life.
Okay.
Good founders know what they want in life. And good founders have some idea of what business they want to do. And they have a sense of the first step. They not only have some idea, they know what they have to do next. Now, my follow-up question at this stage is, when you describe such an individual, at what age would this or a individual acquire these attributes? Most, but not all. At what age would you be ambitious, entrepreneurial-driven, you are mature, you are patient, and then you have work experience behind you, you've got networking skills, you are actually financially steady, stable, you are still willing learner, you're still energetic, you're still hardworking, you're still industrious, and you have a clear life goals. At what age?
Pak Razak, tak ada ke satu tool yang boleh check all this? Let's say benda tu dah capai pada umur 30 lebih awal.
Right. Ada. Tapi I'm looking it now from a perspective of now when you have those tools, it does not matter what age you are. They will tell you are can be a good entrepreneur or not. But now I'm trying to see this, at what age would generally most people would have these characteristics, or if not all, most lah. Yeah.
Okay, generally,
Now, so logically, you have most, if not all, this characteristic at the age of 40, around 40 lah, 40 and above lah.
Okay.
So what does it mean? I look at it from this perspective and some of the research I've done also explain it in that manner also lah. Now we talk about 20 and currently most people are either still studying or just starting to work. So when you are still studying or just starting to work, you don't have any work experience. Most probably your network is not of the right nature lah. Okay. And then you are not that patient yet lah. Normally, you're a little bit more gung-ho lah kan. And financially, I don't think you are stable lah. Especially you take PT-PTN loan kan. And you don't have extra cash lah.
Generally speaking lah, anak-anak
generally speaking lah. Anak lot lain cerita, that exceptional case. What about those in their 30s? Normally, generally, at the age of 30 or around that age, most people are now starting a family.
Okay.
Their focus is busy starting a family. Their focus is trying building a career. And this is a time when they start taking on debts. This is the time they make car loan, mostly house loan. So they are now building up debt, not free cash flow. They're building up debts.
Betul.
But that's generally what happened lah. So what happened after that? Now, then they cross into the 40s. 40 could be from 40 to say 49 lah. This is a time when they would have acquired what I would expect, some work experience. Say started work 20, 25, they have at least 15 years to 20 years work experience.
Working.
And I think by this time, unless he's a real recluse, duduk dalam gua type lah. He have a decent social network.
Ya.
Dia
Ramai jumpa
punya-
orang kan sepatutnya.
Kenal orang, jumpa orang, that kind of thing. Especially people related to their work, related to their profession. And generally, people at this age, they would have a steady income.
Okay.
And then this would enable them to have some savings. So at 40 and above or 40 plus, they would have acquired most, if not all, the characteristics of a good business founder. This is generally what I'm talking about. Now, this is also been supported by the research I've done, and also research currently still being conducted by reputable US institution.
Okay.
The one that's very active in this area is the Kaufman Foundation.
Okay.
Kaufman Foundation ni memang dia founded to promote entrepreneurship lah.
Okay.
They also suggested the same thing, that the best time to start a new business or to be a founder is when you are mid-40s. Now, they have data to support them. Now, the data says, this is from US Census Bureau and many other statistics.
Okay.
Most successful businesses were started by those in their mid-40s. Despite the myth, despite the hoopla, despite the buzz, what the media is saying, data says, statistics, data from US Census Bureau, most successful businesses were started by those in the mid-40s.
Pak Razak, saya nak tanya sikit lah, bila kita cakap pasal data ni, dia mesti ukur based on some, numbers lah.
Yeah.
So, macam mana US agency ni ukur sukses tu?
Okay. There are various methods to do that lah, but the method that's used by Kaufman,
Okay.
after 5 years,
Okay.
is it still in business?
Okay.
Is it still sustainable? And is it still growing?
Okay. So
They use 5
rate-
years as the point of reference lah.
I see. So kalau dia ada lagi, dia masih masih doing business and growing, regardless at what pace, that's
Regardless.
considered successful.
I mean, it has a positive cash flow lah.
Okay. Okay.
Dia boleh sustain itself, it can still grow.
Yeah.
So they say, okay, this business is successful lah. But other institutions have other methods of measuring success lah. But generally, Kaufman use that approach.
Understand.
And then they look at those other businesses that were started by people of different age groups. They look at those businesses that were started by people in their 20s and also people in their 30s.
All right.
One they notice is, as compared to those in their 40s, people in their 20s and 30s started they started less businesses. Maybe the number of new businesses are bigger among the 40s and much lower among the 20s and the 30s. Less, they registered less new business lah. And the success rate is much lower.
Okay.
Now, these are US, based on their research and based on their Bureau of US Census Bureau. Now, this is actually contrary to the media hype. That those in their 30s and the younger than 30s, the millennials, would make better startup founders. That's what I bid.
Yeah, not to mention bila kita tengok Mark Zuckerberg and so on ni semua macam muda-mudi yang dah jadi like super billionaires.
Icon lah, dia ada icon. Okay.
So
but these are what I think outliers lah. You're talking about the general population.
Jarang-jarang terjadi.
Ni Ramli kata kadang-kadang lah. Now, these success stories do not represent the majority. Despite all the media buzz and despite all the hype. Now, I trust US Census Bureau punya statistics rather than media punya buzz lah kan. Now, can we assume the same phenomena is happening in Malaysia?
Itulah tu sebab ada cultural punya factor kan.
Okay, I personally think so.
Okay.
But I cannot be very adamant on this lah. I do not have the empirical data
Yeah.
to support my assumptions.
So do you know anybody like, building up the data kind of thing?
I hope so lah. I'm very interested to know.
Tak pernah dengar lagi lah.
Belum lagi. So not yet lah. I'm sure there is opportunity somewhere or somebody is doing it. Or I'm interested, maybe cara betul willing to collaborate with others. Because we need to really understand this phenomena. Because why? Because there are implications.
Yeah.
When we can support this assumption or this phenomena with data, then we got to review. Now, the first implication is government policy and the entrepreneur support system is now very skewed towards supporting the younger group.
For some reasons.
This is something that you see because I think some of you might have heard me complaining lah. I'm barred from attending some free programs because of my age. I get very upset.
Okay.
And some of the programs that nothing they have an age limit or only those below 40. Now, what does this mean?
Yeah.
This means that they have this right or wrong. I don't know. There's no data to say they are right or wrong. The government policies and the ecosystem seem to be skewed towards the youngest generation. While in the US, the younger generation is not the one that really make the difference. Because new business make a lot of difference to the economy, especially if starting a small business. They are the biggest employer generally, and in Malaysia also, I think we're talking about the SME. They are the biggest employer.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's time that we review this again, so that the role and contribution of seniorpreneurs, that means 40 and above, need to be recognized. So that there would not be anything that would be a hurdle for them. Now, because at this stage, I admit lah, saya ni nak mengasut we still don't know how to say in English, so I use the Malay word.
Yeah, hasut, senang ingat.
To hasut those above 40 to seriously consider taking up self-employment. I don't use the word entrepreneur, I use self-employment.
Okay.
Entrepreneur ni sometimes scares people, because the image being created, entrepreneur ni is somebody so innovative, so aggressive, so clever lah. But I use the word self-employment, so that they can exploit their life experience, they can exploit their strength and those other advantages lah. That somebody who have lived through a certain number of years would have acquired just by going through life.
Yep. Not necessarily as a business person.
Not only as a business person, but this advantage could help them in becoming a better founder of a new business.
Yeah. Pak Razak, boleh kita bagi laluan tak? Kita ada soalan daripada Syukri. Okay, boleh Pak Razak?
Yeah.
Okay, dunia perniagaan dan teknologi media tidak boleh dipisahkan. Bagaimana signifikannya umur 40 jika pada usia muda seawal belasan tahun telah pun mahir menggunakan teknologi?
Okay.
Apa signifikannya umur 40 tapi orang kita ni daripada umur 11 lagi dah pandai dengan teknologi?
Saya tak faham soalan tu.
I think what he's trying to say is dalam dunia sekarang ni keusahawanan dan teknologi lah dan juga multimedia memang sangat rapat lah, tak boleh dipisahkan kalau ikutkan term dia. So kenapa 40 sedangkan umur belasan tahun lagi dah mula mahir dengan teknologi dan media-media?
Oh, I see. Okay. technology is a helper, is a facilitate your role as a founder.
Yeah.
But it is not just technology.
Mm.
When you start a new business, technology is good for you because it makes things more efficient, more effective.
Yeah.
It gives you
Faster.
sometimes maybe an advantage. But there are other things that you need to have. Number one is you must be able to be patient. If you are 40, you are patient and you have technology to back you up.
Yeah.
You have an added advantage lah. Compared to me when I started at 50, I need not that tech savvy lah.
Okay.
I have to learn new things because I don't have to be so tech savvy where I worked before. Because there are others, I got people who doing those things for me. But if you are 40, you have technology because you have been involved or you masak dengan technology since you were in your teen. But you now have these additional life experiences that will support your effort to start new business. The most important to me is you are patient. You are mature. Because when you are not patient and you are not mature, that means you are not very logical, you are more emotional. Even you having the best technology or have access or have knowledge of the latest technology, but your decision-making process will not be the best it should be lah.
Ya, macam kita bagi pisau dekat budak kecil lah kan, dia pun boleh pegang, boleh potong mungkin kan, tapi cara betul cara salah wallahu alam.
The most important thing to me when you start new business is your willingness to be patient. Because this is the myth that I think should be really be reviewed or should really be debunked. That you should do things fast, you must do things quick, you must make it in 3 years. That's a myth. That's not the reality. Okay. So you have technology and if you are patient, you are willing to learn, you have network, you have life experience, you have work experience, that would make you a better candidate to start a new business. That doesn't mean you'll be successful, but there are other circumstances are involved kan. But
lebih lengkap lah
lebih lengkap. So that is an advantage lah. Kalau ada itu memang advantage betul lah.
Betul. So harapnya menjawab Syukri. Thank you. Kalau ada soalan-soalan lagi boleh terus tanyakan dengan kita. So Pak Razak boleh sambung tadi Pak Razak?
Where were we just now? I'm talking about implikasi dia.
Ya betul. Implication.
Dia ada implikasi ni. Ini I can speak with experience lah because I went through this when I started my journey at the age of 50. You know this entrepreneurial ecosystem.
Okay.
The training programs, the coaching. And then the groups that will form, there's a lot of mastermind group and also the funding agencies, needs to relook at their policies and how they can cater for the needs of seniorpreneurs. Okay. The first few training programs that I went to, I felt like lost, like I don't belong there. I don't understand the language. This is because I was actually not versed in the latest tech talk. They use word that I don't understand what it means. They were talking and I was Googling what they were talking about. This is true. And then socially, I don't know, maybe muka tak handsome ke atau susah nak berkawan dengan orang. Nak bertegur siapa, susah.
Nampak macam Tan Sri Pak Razak. Nampak macam
maybe I don't know lah, but that's how I felt. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I was just feeling a bit sensitive. Good, I don't know.
Okay.
But that's how I felt. And then when I joined the group, macam they have a different culture.
Okay.
The culture of the young lah, kot. Most of them are young people kan. I have to ask a lot of questions which irritate a lot of people lah agak-agak kan. Because to that, apa ni orang tua ni tanya ni, benda ni is normal lah. It's something that we do all the time. But for me, for us who are actually seniorpreneurs, starting out, trying to be an entrepreneur, it's an entirely new world, you know. And this is where, for us, we are training organization. That's why we have this entrepreneur journey. Ni. We want to make sure that even those that are above 40 would feel comfortable going through this program with us. We want to make sure we know where they are. Some
Basically,
of them.
Are you suggesting that seniorpreneurs are underserved?
Not underserved. I think they're not even recognized.
Alamak.
Ada time when I feel macam apa kan tu ni buat sendiri, duduk rumah lah jaga cucu. Seriously, I didn't say that, but I could feel it.
Yeah.
There is this, there's no open arms lah. Let's put it. I don't feel there is open arms, but we still can contribute.
Yeah.
We have some money. Kaya tu tidak, tapi we have some money. We have life experience. We have business experience, although we work for companies, but these are business experiences. We have good networks, right? We are patient people. We can still learn.
Yeah.
So the ecosystem tu that support entrepreneurship tu need to consider lah the specific need of entrepreneurs, because we don't want to lose this group that I think have potential to contribute to national economic growth through entrepreneurship.
Berkaitan dengan apa nama ni, numbers dengan data tadi Pak Razak, katalah ni saya cakap dalam bahasa yang sangat simple dan straightforward dan mudah lah. Kalau kita buat tafsiran sukses tu macam Kaufman buat, maknanya selepas 5 tahun adakah bisnes tu masih berkembang dan masih di situ. Data-data ni SSM dengan mudah je boleh dapat daripada audited report dan sebagainya, yang mana tipu audit semua tu tolak tepi lah, itu dah bermakna something is not right with the business and so on. Tapi yang data-data yang wajib dihantar oleh syarikat-syarikat ni, SSM dah ada. SSM dah ada umur-umur foundernya, dan pada waktu syarikat itu ditubuhkan, sebenarnya nak ataupun tak nak saja Pak Razak untuk korek data ni.
This is what I've been talking with my partner lah. Because we are also a market research company kan. How best can we get this information that would either support this hypothesis that I have or nullify this hypothesis? If this data support, like what happened in US kan, support this hypothesis, then there are opportunities for us to really make use of it lah. Because in the US now, they call it the Renaissance, the senior entrepreneurship Renaissance. There is some sort of a rebirth of senior entrepreneurs. Now, I think it's also important for me to mention this lah. Under our current situation, many people have lost their jobs lah. Now, many are actually above 40 now. And for them to get another job pun susah, pasal most companies pun not hiring. Even if companies are hiring pun, it's not easy when you reach a certain age or you earn a certain salary kan. Unless you really have special skills lah, it's not easy to get another job. So what other options do they have? Okay? Duit PR tak boleh keluar lagi tu. Pasal dia belum 50 lagi. So, tapi sekarang dia boleh keluar sinar lah, apalah kan. Tapi generally tak boleh keluar lagi. So, there is here a situation where they might have to take this option of being self-employed.
Terpaksa.
Paksa. Now, how can we help these people to go through a process to help them to, I will use the word acclimatize lah. Most of them were salaried employees before, maybe a senior manager somewhere. Acclimatize themselves to be a founder of a business. Mostly since the new, I would really suggest when you're new, when you have limited funds, start small. How can we help them? this is why we are designing a program that's actually to help this type of people, the seniorpreneurs ni, to do it the cara betul way lah. Now, the other thing I think need to be sorted out also, or need to be mentioned, maybe some people may not like me to say it. These are the people that can be exploited by fake gurus.
Okay.
They are actually searching for hope, you know.
Sebab dia mencari-cari tu,
mencari-cari tu. Kan? Dia ada sikit tu. Dia ada duit sikit. And these are the people that can be exploited.
Terdedah lah
Terdedah. Now, I really hope that we can get more data, more information that can verify what assumption I'm saying here lah. Is it the same in the US? Is it the same in Malaysia? If it's the same in Malaysia, what are the implications? What can be done?
Pak Razak, kita ada soalan seterusnya Pak Razak. Izinkan saya mencelah daripada Syukri juga. Okay, soalan dia adalah, apakah ada fast track untuk kita fulfill the criteria mentioned just now jika kita sentiasa bersosial dengan golongan yang berjaya ataupun usahawan-usahawan otai? Secara tak langsung kita bina jaringan lebih awal dan lebih luas, ataupun kita masih juga kena menunggu maturity dari segi pengalaman bekerja? Ada cara untuk fast track?
That is the best way sebenarnya.
Okay.
I always say, like today I work with I do work with people who are younger than 40 lah. This guy is about 30. Okay. The best way is if you can make a decision as early as you can lah. Kata in your 30s or in your 20s pun boleh. Even when you are in campus pun boleh. Okay. That you want eventually, after going through this learning phase makan gaji, after going through this learning phase berkuli, that you want to be an entrepreneur. You nak buka bisnes sendiri. Start awal. So when you start awal, you plot your life in such a manner that you at every opportunity bergaul dengan entrepreneurs, bergaul dengan orang bisnes.
Okay.
This is the good way to actually learn and observe and absorb their mindset, absorb their behavior pattern.
So bolehkah saya cakap kalau kita daripada awal lagi dah bergaul dengan golongan-golongan ni versus kalau kita tak bergaul dengan golongan-golongan ni, kalau kita bergaul mungkin kita akan lengkap tu dengan lebih awal Pak Razak.
Fast track.
Okay.
The word is fast track memang betul.
Yeah.
But you kena make that clear decision lah as early as you can. I would like today, I'm glad that the guy said, I want to be an entrepreneur. I'm willing to go through the pain of learning. When you want to be an entrepreneur, now I'm working, he's working for a big multinational. I give myself 5 years. He asked me, can it be done? I said 5 years is a good time lah.
Yeah.
Where you can absorb all these things that you want to absorb, that you need to absorb, and you form the kind of network that you need to leverage on, you know. And by the time you have enough, because now they kata you need to make some extra money sikit lah to generate some cash ni. Because he asked me what is the best way to start business. Should I take a loan? I said no. Don't start business negative. Try as much as you can what the English the what's normally referred to as bootstrapping lah kan.
Okay.
Use your own money. Kalau kecil duit tu, kecil lah bisnes tu. Tapi avoid as much as possible lah. Start business dah negatif lah tu. Start benda dengan betul. So when you have that hanging over your head, it is a burden actually now. You have to live with every month tu nak bayar kan.
Especially kalau bisnes tak jadi lah.
Lagi teruk lah. Lagi teruk lah. So I agree with Syukri that there's a good way to fast track your what I would call your transformasi lah.
Yeah.
There's somebody who's not having an entrepreneur mindset to somebody having an entrepreneur mindset, a belief system or behavior pattern. One way is to bercampur dengan orang-orang yang entrepreneur. Yang berjaya pun boleh campur, yang tak berjaya pun boleh campur. I banyak mencampur dulu yang tak berjaya. Then I realize what should I avoid. And this friend also a good advisor sebenarnya. Dia pun sebenarnya they don't want them others to go through what they went through lah. They would tell you, oh Razak, avoid this, you don't do this, be careful of this. Because yang berjaya ni tell you what you should do better. But from my experience macam pun yang berjaya dan tak berjaya. Sama advice aku sama je. Yang tak berjaya ni would tell me what not to do. Yang berjaya ni pun tell me what not to do. They don't tell me what to do. They tell me what not to do, what to avoid. Till today I don't understand. Patut yang berjaya ni kata, okay, aku berjaya, aku buat macam ni, kau buat macam ni. No. Dia betul, Razak, be careful lah. You don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. This is a trap. This is something that you must be careful of. Now, yang berjaya tak berjaya sama je advice dia. So it's a good idea lah.
Cakap pasal benda-benda yang dah terkena lah. So
maybe yang berjaya ni dah terkena tapi dia tak sebut dia lah. Maybe these are the thing that dia kata, Razak, don't do this because aku dulu kena lah. So it's a good idea lah yang younger friend ni, kalau betul-betul serius nak jadi entrepreneur, make sure that you start right from the as early as you can. Plot your life. This is DIY, you know. Of course, if you join our group, you have access to some of the otai-otai kat sini lah. They can help you plot your life lah.
So kalau betul lah hipotesis ni Pak Razak, that on average the age of 40 is the best age to start business kan?
Right.
Nampaknya macam ada dua golongan lah Pak Razak sebenarnya yang kita perlu approach lah, ataupun yang memerlukan maklumat ni. Satu, yang macam Pak Razak sebut tadi, yang pada umur 40 tu atas dasar terpaksa ataupun tiba-tiba minat ingin memulakan perniagaan, tu satu perkara lah. Yang lagi satu ni adalah yang aspiring ni. yang daripada umur mungkin awal 20-an ataupun lewat 20-an dah aspiring nak jadi ni, nak kena bagi tahu, okey, boleh tak relax sikit, kita sebenarnya nak bagi tahu yang kemungkinan it's not a very good idea to straight jump into business when you just graduated contohnya. Betul ke Pak Razak? Boleh cakap
this is my personal opinion. Of course, some people in the government don't agree with me lah.
Yeah.
I would not want to promote entrepreneurship with fresh graduates lah. I would rather they work for a while, gain some experience, berkuli dulu. Kalau boleh berkuli in the industry that they think they are interested to be in business later on. Kalau dia interested to be in the music industry, berkuli in the music industry dulu. Kalau dia interested in the logistics industry, berkuli in the logistics industry dulu. Because you need that real life working experience. You need to know how to solve real life issues and problems. And although you are working for somebody else, but those issues that you face are almost sometimes similar to issues that are faced by business owners, entrepreneurs. Customer issues. You are working for somebody in the organization, you may be a frontliner and you face customer punya issues. If you are entrepreneur pun, running your own business, you still face customer issue. So when you have that some basic prior experience, when you move to your own business, taklah janggal sangat, you rasa. So here is trying to plot your way lah. What I'm trying to say is plan your life, plan your career, plan your work to get you more ready. And if you prepare yourself and you do it on the fast track, maybe by 35 you're okay lah. Dah boleh take the plunge lah. And then at the same time, pasal you know you're going to need some capital kan, you postpone lah beli kereta baru tu.
Betul lah tu. Betul lah tu.
Because you have to have that mindset. You have to have that goal in your life. That this is what I want.
Ya, ilmu dan awareness pasal perkara yang kita bincangkan ni ialah kalau boleh kita nak sebarkan lah kan. One of the way is inilah dia, cara betul punya live session ni. Hopefully Syukri boleh bantu kita sampai-sampaikan maklumat. In fact, saya nak ajaklah Cik Syukri kalau boleh keep in touch dengan kami, boleh email kami di info@carabetul.com supaya mungkin kita boleh bincangkan lanjut sama ada tentang Cik Syukri sendiri, sebab saya kenal Cik Syukri dan saya tahu dia beraspirasi juga untuk menjadi usahawan, dan mungkin tak lama lagi anda akan reach umur yang terbaik untuk memulakan keusahawanan ni. So please keep in touch with us, kita tengok apa yang kita boleh bincangkan, dan Cik Syukri juga ada network yang baik di IPT. Mungkin kita boleh sampaikan maklumat-maklumat ni kepada para pelajar jika ada rezeki lah. Okay, Pak Razak, kita ada a few minutes left. Pak Razak, ada apa-apa lagi yang kita nak kongsikan?
The most important thing at this stage, under the current environment,
Okay.
there be changes in the environment that will derail our plans. Okay, this is where your perseverance matters. This is where you have to have that quality they call grit. Orang putih kata grit kan, perseverance ni. Orang sembilan kata dogel. Aku kena dogel sikit. Hati mau koreh.
Hati keras.
Especially during this period, because I noticed recently, I met a couple of them lah. Nasib tak baik lah, dia start business, COVID baru nak mula.
Allah.
Memang modal dah tertanam tu.
Betul.
So this is the time when dah tak nampak, macam dia kata dia tak nampak arah. Dia tak nampak arah. This is the time when you may have to take a breather. Stop that entrepreneur journey for a while.
Okay.
Maybe this is a time when you can work for somebody else first for a while, if you can lah.
Take nafas lah.
Take nafas. While you survive this, because I strongly believe in the Sarawak Rangers punya slogan. You know Sarawak Rangers, the army group.
Okay.
Agi hidup, agi ngelaban. Stay alive. This period, kita bukan nak kaya, bukan nak macam apa ni, Fake Guru kata 3 times times 10 times 3. No, these are bullshit lah dunia spirit. Our role now is agi hidup, agi ngelaban. So stay alive. Now these are the things that you have to be creative, you have to be innovative. How can I stay alive? So that I can fight another day when things are better, and this will make you stronger because you've been down there. You dah masuk longkang dah ni.
Ya tu.
When you manage to get yourself out of the longkang, you'll be a better entrepreneur. You'll be a more aggressive, more determined entrepreneur.
But dah pernah lalu kan?
Dah pernah lalu. But the thing is, don't allow this negative feelings stop you in your track. Because that's normal. Because kalau kita dengar cerita KFC ni yang Toki tu, he started it at 60, you know.
Okay,
The rejection tu, berapa kali dia got rejection, and how many jobs he have changed.
Kena Sanders tu lah.
Kena Sanders ni. Ada movie tau about him. True story about movie.
Okay.
He only was able to achieve what he want to do at the age of 60 something, 65 I think.
About that.
But people sometimes lupa, Ray Kroc ni yang start McDonald ni umur berapa?
Berapa tu?
48 I think.
Okay. Tak dengar sangat pasal cerita dia ni.
Ada cerita dia, tapi yang so many Walmart, Sam Walton. Umur berapa?
Berapa Pak?
I think he started really get serious, I think around age of 50.
Okay.
But before that, he was working in other department store, supermarket, to prepare himself lah. When he see the opportunity, then he got some saving, then he went in. What I'm trying to say is, life doesn't stop at 50. I started my business at 50.
At 50.
Life doesn't stop 50. In fact, I felt more alive at that time than I was before. Before tu kita macam robot kan. Pagi pergi kerja. pergi kerja buka komputer tu dah ada schedule tu kan, meeting, jumpa bos, jumpa customer.
Tiap-tiap hari.
Rutin lah tu.
Hmm.
So
yeah.
this is my mission lah
Yeah.
To
Menyampaikan,
invite my fellow senior citizen lah. Life doesn't stop at 50. There are still opportunities out there,
life
and
may
we
start
have the.
at 40.
Dulu I tahu life starts at 40. I remember I was overseas at that time. I was 40. I beli topi tu. I conteng kat topi tu. Life begins at 40.
Okay.
Because I was 40 at that time.
Kalau sekarang ada topi baru, nak tulis apa?
Life begins at 80.
Kali 2. So, okay, kita dah kesentukan masa. Saya nak ucapkan terima kasih lah kepada saudara Syukri dan juga rakan-rakan lain yang berinteraksi bersama program kita ini. Say it as it is, episod ke-13 di Cara Betul. Dan saya juga nak sampaikan kepada anda semua, sesi kita yang seterusnya insyaAllah akan jadi another interesting session. Pada 7 Disember 2021. 7 Disember adalah Selasa, lagi 2 Selasa. Lagi 2 Selasa kita akan buat episod ke-14 insya-Allah, dan kali ni kita akan bersama-sama dengan ahli panel. Yang lain maksudnya lebih daripada 2 orang lah. Akan ada beberapa orang, mungkin 4 ke 5 orang macam tu, dalam satu discussion yang akan kita introduce host yang baru. Okay, itu surprise untuk session pada 7 Disember. Dan selain itu kita nak ajak rakan-rakan juga untuk follow our regular content on Facebook Cara Betul. Kita ada vlogs, video logs ataupun konten-konten video, dan juga artikel-artikel yang ditulis berkaitan dengan fasa penerokaan dalam memulakan perniagaan. Dan join juga kita punya Facebook group Facebook group seperti link yang telah dituliskan dalam ruangan komen di Facebook live sekarang, dan juga untuk perhatian kepada mereka yang menonton di Zoom, iaitu Cara Betul Community. Boleh klik saja di link tersebut dan tekan butang join. InsyaAllah kita akan kongsikan lebih banyak maklumat di sana. So, sampai jumpa lagi. Terima kasih banyak Abang Razak atas pencerahan dan kongsian hari ini. Kita jumpa lagi pada 7 Disember insyaAllah. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Assalamualaikum.
Have a good night everybody. Yes.
Thank you.